Today I'm over in Kingsport, Tennessee, and as we move into the peak months for real estate sales, there are a lot of expired homes that are on the open market. Now granted, 80% of most expired homes relist with a new realtor. Now this particular home behind me decided to go other ways. They decided to sell this home for themselves, maybe save money on commission. Now it was built in 2023. It is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath home with a 3,000 square feet of living space with a price point of $499,000. Now what makes people decide to go without a realtor? I'm not quite sure. What happened to make this home expire? That's undetermined as well. But let's talk about it today. So what's going on out there? Like, why are so many homes sitting unsold? Well, I mean, let's start with the pricing. If the home is overpriced, buyers won't even stop to look at the house. They'll just keep scrolling on the internet looking for a better home or a home that fits their budget. Number two, let's talk about the marketing. Just sitting a for sale sign in the yard just isn't cutting it anymore. A lot of the buyers that are looking for the house, they're buying and searching online, like quote unquote window shopping. So they're not really driving around neighborhoods, looking for a bargain. First impressions, once you list your house and you don't get any traction within the first, maybe 2 weeks, that's kind of telling you that the market has already rejected your marketing or pricing to go along with the marketing. So there's a lot of different variables that go into why homes are still sitting on the market other than just the interest rate. Let's be honest, if your home sat on the market and got little to no offers, or maybe no offers at all, and your home expired, that's probably not the market's fault. I mean, that could be due to a strategy that was used to list your home. And it's happening way more than you think, and you're not the only one. Just in January, over 1,300 homes in East Tennessee expired. And nationwide, 36% of homes that were listed didn't sell their first time. And to top everything else off, 80% of homes that expired relisted with a new real estate agent and then sold. So then you got to ask yourself, is it the strategy or was there something wrong in the beginning in the way you were doing things? I'm here to talk about it today. I want to share some numbers with you if you don't mind. Put a quick snapshot up there. Now, if you're following along, you could see that homes that were overpriced by just 5%, they sat on the market 63% longer than the average home. In addition to that, homes that are being sold using professional photography sold 32% faster than the average home. In addition to that, if the house was overpriced in the beginning and then you had to lower it again, it sat on the market 73 days longer than a home that was accurately priced to begin with. As the seller, you really want to start asking yourself some of these questions, even though you're using a realtor. Like, for example, was the pricing of the house or the listing of the house based on data, or was it based on, emotion? That's something that, can go either way. In addition to that, how was the marketing? Was there any professional photography used? Was there any drone shots or video tours of the neighborhood to increase the value of the home? Now, if you did all that, then great. Now, once the buyers come in and they walk through and they provide any type of feedback, were there any adjustments made to that? For example, the buyer comes in and goes, the kitchen's outdated, or there's some chips on the paint, or the garage door is not working, or whatever that might be. Are you making any adjustments to keep the house viable within today's market? Now, we won't talk about realtors, what they are or are not doing, but those are questions you need to start asking yourself as a seller, because this is a partnership with you when you're working with the realtor. Did you know that 88% of all home searches start online? And homes that are marketed with video get 403% more inquiries? That's an astounding number. In addition to everything else, 75% of all homes that expired relist with a more aggressive strategy. And that's something you just want to think about when you go into listing your home. So what do you do when you list your house with a realtor and then it expires? That's a question that I often ask myself, like the emotions that come with that. Like, where do you go from here? I mean, you did everything right and then nothing happened. Well, I guess you'll have to start all over again and revamp the whole strategy from the beginning. Take a look at the data in the market, price it accurately based on what's the average price range in your house. Of course, you want to include the upgrades and things like that and be comparable to other homes in the market. Then you want to have like a different type of marketing campaign and relaunch with a bang. If you didn't use professional photography, then maybe go that route and get more video involved. Now, who are you marketing to? You want to make sure that you're marketing to the right buyers, because not every buyer is looking for your type of house. So you want to make sure that you're targeting the right buyers, obviously. Now, once you sit down and kind of put a strategy in place from the beginning, then you can go out and relist the home with a bang. And a lot of homes sell relatively quickly. I believe the number is 45 days once they relist with a new strategy. Look, the market hasn't changed. It's just different. The way we buy things online is just different than what it was 5-10 years ago. How many times have you thought about buying something and then you went online, looked at reviews, testimonials, tutorials, videos, and all types of things before you make that purchase? Well, this type of buying behavior is translating into today's market in real estate. And the sellers that are adjusting to that type of behavior are the ones who are winning. And the ones that, choose not to adjust, well, their house will continue to sit. But, if you're looking to list your house for the first time, or you had an expired listing and you're not quite sure what to do and you'd like to have a new strategy, drop a comment below, give us a call, text, or email, and we'll be more than happy to help you make that transition. Until next time, hope to see you around town. Now, as we move into the back of the house here, you can see that they still have lots for sale. So it is some new construction still happening here in this area. Let's take a look. Now, even though this home is for sale by owner, as you can see behind me here, this is a pretty nice neighborhood, well secluded. It's going to make someone a very good place to stay.